Hi guys, I'm Raju, the SAP-BI trainer for you. So in this series of videos, we are focusing on complete SAP-BW, in which we done the architecture of SAP-BI and some other concept. And we also started the modeling of SAP-BI, in which we talk about master data loading, transactional data loading, and under master data we done with attribute data loading, text data loading, and hierarchy data loading. And we already started the transactional data loading, in which we talk about the InfoCube data loading, DSO, as well as standard DSO, write optimized DSO, and direct DSO. We already focus on the multi-product option and as well as the InfoSet option. So let's go with one. In this video, we are focusing on the topic called open up destination. So when you talk about this one, so this is called a complete open up destination, one place where we can transpose the data. So up to here is done, and let's go for the next concept called advanced DSO. So let's start with the advanced modeling concept in BW. So under this advanced modeling, so in this video we learned the topic called the new feature of data flow, new data flow feature. So let's talk about this new data flow features. So when you talk about new data flow, here if you talk about a normal data flow, it's my normal data flow which I draw the diagram. This is my target system. I get data from the data source and some source system. So I'll just create some here transformation. The mapping. So I'll load data from here to here by using an IP, from here to here by using a DTP. So this is the data flow. Here previously what we did, we do all and everything from RS7 and we do step by step. Okay, so this is my InfoCube target system. This is called transformation. It's called PSA. This is my source system. This is my data source. Okay, and this is my DDP. This is my IP info package. So this is how the flows are look like. Suppose I want to load data. Say in a normal general scenario, this is my data flow diagram. So what we do from the store system, like first step we'll create like, so this all the steps we do from one by one from the modeling side. Instead of doing all this stuff practical, like one by one, step by step, we have a new data flow feature which we can just drag and drop the scenarios. So it just each and everything drag and drop scenarios. So usually what we do is, we first step we create source system. To create source system, what we do, we go with source system and we create a source system. Second step, we need to do the creating of data source. So create data source here. Third step, we need to go with the info object. So we need to create info object, then we need to create data source. So all this will do one by one. So step by step in each of these scenarios. Then we create InfoCube. Then we need to create the transformation. Then create DDP and IP. These are the different cases will look like. So each for every scenario we have to do all this stuff. So if you want to perform any activities on this stuff, so we do just, so what we do is we just follow step by step, right? So it may take a longer time. So instead of doing all this stuff, so we simply perform these activities easily. Like we have a new feature of data flow feature which increase your speed and the way of doing the data flow. So let's talk about this data flow diagram which we are talking this previously. So let's see practically how this happen. So previously what we do, let me draw a diagram. I'll show you. This is my data flow diagram. So what I do is I'll just load data from one by one. So we had to log in with my SAP-BW login pad. So I will go server with my user credential. Then you give the username, password. So when you talk about RSA1, we just usually go with RSA1 and we do all those activities, right? So we have to go with OSD, we have to go with source system, data source, all this step by step. So this process takes a longer time. Instead of doing all this process, what we do is we have a new feature of data flow feature where we can do all this at one place only. So instead of wasting our time, and we just drag and drop scenarios. So each and everything is our drag and drop scenarios itself. So instead of doing all this stuff, what we do is we get all the stuff at one place. So let's see these options. So we have the flow diagram one by one. Instead of doing this part, we have a new feature called data flow. Let's see how we can use the new data flow feature for loading this data from InfoCube. For that, I'll just check my source system. I have some source system called cube here. I'll use the same source system for loading this data, which we have certain InfoCube, like we have cust ID, some metal ID, some quantity here, units, price and currency. So let's load this. So let's load this same data. Let me save the file first, and file should be closed before loading. Then I'll load data. For that, I need to go with my server. I go here, there is option called data flow. So we need to choose the option called data flow here. So choose data flow here. The first step is I have my info area. Right click on info area, which is the info area for Durga. If you want to create a new info area, just this is my root node. Right click on root node, create info area. So this is my root node. Right click on this root node and create a info area. So this info area will shows you a new feature of data flow diagram. So instead of creating here, right click on Durga here, create new data flow feature. Let me go here, name ZDS underscore name. So I'll give ZDF underscore Durga. So the screen that looks like, so what I do, I just need to create first info object. The info object is already ready. Note of creating info object, and I'll go for data source here. I'll take a data source. This is my data source. So I just hand off this data source. So it means I'm getting a data source. Just double click. So ZDS underscore DF underscore Durga. So it's, I'll take the Z file. Let me browse my file which has Z file Durga, and we are loading transactional data loading. The same structure. Data flow, the field tab, going to browse your fields which are Z info object, Z mat ID, then we need to take Z quantity because as per my source system we need to follow it. So when we take Z quantity, the units will add automatic, and we have Z price, and for price the currency will add automatic, and simply create your data source. Then once you got here, so it's done. Next step, just come back. So here we need to do the info cube, that we call info objects. So once we got data, now we need to load data. So for right click here, create info package, the loading will take place. So I'll just load data because structure is already ready. Then I'll extract my file, which is from local desktop, which of cube, and it's heading 1 CSV, comma, then save it, scheduled, start downloading immediately. Done. So is how we can do it. Then come back. Now next step is we need to do the process of InfoCube. Further, just simply round off InfoCube. I can just create a structure. Now it InfoCube will create because same, it will take same structure. GIS into draft underscore Durga. So InfoCube, create. Name will be 216 characteristics. I'll write D. And you can see the structure of this InfoCube will be same. So I'll just get my data here. So before Multipass, we need to activate this data. So right click here and do simply active data. So this one, so to become the start. So we have to wait until it becomes a active view. So it takes some time to be activate this data. So make a refresh, it takes some time to become. So now it's activated, it means that the record is loaded. Right click here, manage, you can find the 3 different tables. When you check my first table, let's call, now it will be empty because the record will move to the active data. So we got 10 rows. Okay, this is what we have. These are the different cases in the DSO we have. And if you want to do the same thing for creating a multi-product, so we can also create a multi-product info set for this based on. I'll rearrange my settings. It's a layout. I'll close my layout. Next, I'll drag and drop this my info set. I'll drag and drop info set. Info set. I'll do info set on this 2 and this 2. Now double click here. Now it will create info set. Then enter. So this is how we can do this info set also. then simply do a mapping on the stuff, activate. So once it's activated, it means that it was done. Now please check the data. Come back. Now I click on here, display data. So all data flow. So it records with a proper join condition. Okay, this is how you can get this info set. Still, if I want to do any other activities on here, if I want to do any OSD like open destination, I want to send this data to different option. In this case, we can do. You can see we have open destination just lined up here, and we can load DSO data, info data. We can load any data. So let me load this data here. I'll load this info, so I'll just drag and double click. Now I'll create this ZOHD underscore DF OHD underscore DF, then create. So I'll load data into a flat file. I'll browse my file system name. I'll say the desktop, served by comma, then do activate. So after activation, so we need to load this data. Now we need to exit. You can see now we need to execute a DDP. For that, create DDP, which we already have. Activate, which we have. Here it is. Yes. So it shows the technical properties. So it's how the flow, complete data flow will look like. So this new feature, we can do n number of transformation from anywhere. We can load data from anywhere to anywhere. So this shows how the diagram will shows you in a different format. And if you want to combine or you want to do any other things here, we also have SPO. We also have a lot of things here. We can do all this at one place. If you want to do create a multi-product, you can create a multi-product here. Okay, now it's rearranged. So I'll combine this one. Sorry, in this one and this one. Double click here. So Z multiplier. Correct. That's all. Now the multiplier is ready. Now we need to choose the fields. as well as key figure. Then in the info cube also we need to choose the same thing. So here both are same, no need, it's same. Okay, so but we need to do assign. Right click here, assign. So this is coming from DSO info cube. If I want to display both, we can display both, or anyone, we can choose anyone. For this one, you can choose anyone. So next step is we need to activate. Now we can check this multi-provider. So right click on here and go with the display data. Start all characteristics, execute. You can see this. So as we can see the data in the multi-provider, it's kind of a union operator. So we get data in the up and down. Okay. So all DSO data in upside, info cube data in the downside. This is how we can get our data services. So this is how we can load our complete data services things.